After Zarco's long-awaited first Grand Prix victory at the 2023 Australian Grand Prix, it seemed like this might be the only win Johann Zarco would ever get in MotoGP. By then, he had signed a 2-year contract with Honda to replace Alex Rins, who would be joining Yamaha. 2023 was a bad year for Honda until they had to lose Marc Marquez to the Gresini Ducati satellite squad for 2024. Zarco's decision to leave Ducati was an obvious choice in favor of the least competitive bike on the grid, which raised suspicions. However, the steps taken by Zarco himself are reasonable. Ducati had thought about letting Zarco go before, maybe to the World Superbike program. But the 34-year-old rider thought he could still do more in MotoGP. After all, he finished in the top 5 in the standings in 2021 and 2023. Then Honda gave him the job security he needed, as well as a chance to make up for some mistakes from a few years ago. Zarco had taken on a MotoGP factory team project that almost ruined his career. His move to KTM for the 2019 season was also unfortunate. He ended his 2-year contract midway through the season, which angered the Austrian manufacturer. As a result, KTM fired him after the San Marino Grand Prix. Zarco then appeared in 3 races at the LCR Honda team as a substitute rider at the end of the year. He had a best finish of 13th in Australia. At first, Zarco was reluctant to join the Avintia squad at Ducati's request, saying the team was unprofessional. But he eventually joined the team in 2020 and his career took off. Honda didn't just jump at offers from big names, but in Zarco, they got a good rider who had been through tough experiences. After the 2023 postseason test in Valencia, Honda seemed excited about bringing back the glory of the past. But in the winter of 2024, Honda made a mistake in how they planned to develop their bikes. After 6 races, Honda had only 19 points in the constructors' standings, and their best result was 12th place in 3 Grand Prix. To improve, Honda used its concession status to conduct testing throughout the year and provide new updates to the RC213V. However, it wasn't until testing at Misano in September that real breakthroughs started to happen, with the new aero fairing making the bike a little more agile. At the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, Johann Mir achieved his best result of the season in 11th place. At the next race in Indonesia, Zarco put his LCR Honda in 7th position on the grid. This was the first time Honda got a sprint race point of the year. He also scored his first top 10 on Sunday in 9th position in the Grand Prix. Zarco gave Honda its best result of the year in the wet race of the Thai GP with 8th place. He also earned points at the Aragon Grand Prix until the final of the Solidarity GP. The Frenchman's stats against his Honda counterparts are impressive. He was the top Honda rider in qualifying 16 times out of 20 and qualified 5 times in Q2. Mir, Luca Marini, and Takaaki Nakagami have never qualified in Q2 in 2024. In the sprints, Zarco led Honda 8 times, while in the Grand Prix, he was the top Honda rider on 12 occasions. He has earned 46 of Honda's 75 points in the constructors' standings, putting him 24 points ahead of any other HRC rider in the riders' standings. Zarco's impressive time attack pace has been noticeable in 2024, but it's unique to him and can't be matched by any other HRC rider. Mir, who at one point in 2024 was rumored to be leaving MotoGP because of Honda's struggles, has a theory. Mir had a hard time with the time attack session in qualifying because he had problems with his bike's vibrations. Zarco did better in this area. Mir tried to understand why. He thinks Zarco can do things he can't do yet. Every time Mir tries to push his bike harder, he crashed. In an interview with Crash.net, Mir said, "We have to understand that we're still working on adapting to this bike. It's causing some unexpected problems that make riding feel unusual. Maybe Zarco, who's using new tires, can handle that, but it's not for me." Zarco explained that he could be faster than the factory Honda riders because he was changing his riding style to take advantage of the Honda bike's strengths. He said that he has always been good at accelerating, but with Ducati, he lost more time at entering than exiting corners. So, he is trying to improve his cornering skills. During his first season with Honda, Zarco's pragmatic outlook wasn't always clear. LCR team boss Lucio Cecchinello admitted that the Frenchman lost his patience at the start. But Zarco adapted to the situation at Honda, where there's less pressure than at Ducati because of top riders like Martin and Bagnaia. As a result, Zarco was able to get the most out of the bike. After the post-season test in Barcelona, Zarco admitted that the 2025 bike he tried was not very positive. However, he felt there was no point in getting stressed because a bad result is still a positive in terms of finding the right development path. This was very different from Mir's anger after he felt he hadn't tried anything he hadn't tested. This also contradicted how his teammate Marini analyzed the test. Zarco's comments are based on what his two Honda colleagues have said, and they offer a more understandable picture of where the RC213V's development is heading next season. Honda can really benefit from Zarco's realistic approach in 2024 as it works more closely with the LCR team. It's clear that Honda is still a long way from its goal of being able to compete at the top of MotoGP again, but they've found the right rider to help them get back there. Zarco's positive attitude and racing skills will help Honda in 2024,